What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unplayable, the Tarkintown Hall meeting. We're so glad to be back. ECL's dead. Long live Tarkintown. So we're changing the name.
Amen.
You heard it here first. So what's up, guys?
Even
I'm gonna have to get a whole new logo and everything. That's annoying.
Oh, that would be trash.
Welcome to Tarkintown.
Tragic.
It's good. All right. So who's been playing some games? What's going on?
I've been playing Lando into a brick wall for about 3 weeks now.
I mean,
I can't help it. It's a problem.
All right.
people.
Like, legitimately, how many games do you think you have played, Lando?
Definitely over 100. Probably
Nice.
closer to 200.
I would, yeah.
That's impressive.
I would venture
I
to
love
guess.
that.
I don't know if I'd call that impressive.
Oh, it's impressive.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
It wins too much on the random assigned people, and it's great.
Yeah, like when you get paired with random people at the local game store. That's what you're talking about, right? Yeah.
100%.
You know what I really respect about you grinding Lando to take to one of these tournaments is
Uh-huh.
that if you win a showcase, you are winning one of the most worthless showcases possible.
The best thing is, hold on,
You
does he already have
Here
one?
he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gamer Dad hooked him
we
up.
already got him.
Nice. Hell yeah.
The only showcase I have, which is why I keep building it. Here we
That's
are.
awesome.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
I respect
That's
it.
great.
I respect the grind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta play your showcases.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I love it, Jim. And you're constantly tinkering. We don't need to reveal any spicy tech, but
I mean, we could, and it wouldn't change anything because I'll be the one Lando in the field. But
Exactly.
we don't
Yeah.
want to reveal your secrets though. What if it?
that's
You
right.
know, what if it's on stream? People would lose their minds.
I live for that moment.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
Saw a few of those this weekend, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Anybody else playing games?
I'm always playing, dude. I went to locals on Monday night, and I did terrible, or it was Thursday night. I did absolutely horrendous. And one of the guys was like, "You gotta talk about our match on the podcast." I was like, "I am not
You're like,
mentioning
no.
this
And
This
here
night-
you are
this
talking
entire
about it.
night. I am not mentioning on our podcast. It is scrubbed from history this whole night because I lost like 8 games out of like
Oh.
8.
What'd you bring?
Vader Green.
Yeah.
I lost every game with Vader, and then I swapped to
Dang.
Han Green, and I won 2 out of the 4 games.
Yeah.
Which Han? There's like 70 of them now.
The new spicy
Okay.
Han.
The one you've been enjoying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's super
Nice.
fun. And I also am known for taking like not meta decks. Like I always like just playing janky stuff. And then the week before I talked about taking Jango, Tarkintown, and doing well. And then they all gave me so much crap for playing a not
For playing a meta deck.
trash deck. So now like I'm not allowed to bring
You've got a
anything that's
reputation to uphold, Jay.
meta. Yeah.
That's right.
So
We have to nerf you somehow, man. Come on.
I'm taking Jim's Lando this Thursday.
Nice.
There you go. There you go. That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, make sure to go in there with 0 reps on it. So
Oh, I
that'll
will.
help.
I will.
Good.
that's good. Yeah, I went to locals yesterday. Ended up taking the pilot Boba Tarkintown mono red stuff.
Nice.
Super fun deck. I really enjoy it. Like part of it was I just wanted a Mr. Bones deck. So I thought what would be, and I don't like playing Kylo. I don't like that whole, just like
The whole you have no cards
yeah, I've
thing.
got no cards, and I hope I won. Like I like a little bit more agency in how it goes.
I love it.
I know you do.
Less decisions.
But yeah, so played Boba Tarkintown. Really liked it. I'll probably keep tinkering with it. I did go 2-2. I lost to an Anakin Colossus. It was down. I had 34 damage on his base. Like it was literally down to
Dang.
like yeah. It was so tight. And I also lost to a Luke Tarkintown, like Luke Pilot Tarkintown. It was like
Oh,
we were just-
interesting.
that's a cool
That's
deck.
cool.
That's
we
a
were
really
just,
cool deck.
it was just a race. It was like, okay, who can do the thing,
Yeah.
first. So that was super fun. But
Cool.
beat a Poe deck and a Ventress deck. Sorry, Mike.
Nice.
But
If I wasn't playing it, it's understandable.
That reminds me. I gotta buy 3 aggressions right now because when we were at locals the other night, I need one more Darth Vader pilot, and someone pulled a hyperspace version while we were there, and he just gave it to me. He said, "Next
Oh,
time we
dang.
do something, I'll hit you up," because he didn't know what he wanted. And now he wants 3 aggressions so he can run the Luke Tarkintown
there you go.
deck. So I'm just gonna buy 3 hyperspace versions for myself and then give him
Give him the
3
non-hyper.
regular ones.
There you go.
That's 100% what I would do. 1,000%.
How much are aggressions these days? I don't even know. Like,
Hyperspace
gotta be
one is
cheap.
like $10,
oh, okay.
which is pretty expensive
Yep.
for legendary,
Mm.
but it is set 1 and it is hyperspace, and it's like one of the coolest hyperspace.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
looks so
games.
sick.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
I love the way that card looks.
Yeah.
I just have a constant stream of like hyperspace versions of cards coming into my house. Like,
Today.
Show and tell.
I got these guys in
Nice.
Nice.
because I had hyper foils and then I stopped using hyper foils and I never actually got these in hyperspace and it looks so good.
It does.
I
look
have
good.
that one in hyperfoil and it's sweet.
Yeah,
and
it's nice.
the Ventress red deck that I have built is like force stuff.
Yeah.
So just goes
I
right in there.
respect it.
Yeah.
Goes right in there.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. I played locals. I also played a bunch of games earlier in the week. It was spring break for the kids, so we were doing a ton of activities. But I did get to still play a bunch of games and was messing around. I still love Rio Durant. I just he's just weird and ignored, and so that's usually the type of leader I try and figure out. So was messing with like a real blue deck that was super fun and really like
It's super trash.
yeah, it's terrible, but it's really fun.
You get Power of the Dark Side though, one of the best
True
cards
that.
in the game.
Yep.
In my opinion.
I do like that none of us actually try to play top meta stuff. It's like we know what's good. We're just like, nah.
Well,
Oh,
part
it's
of
just
that
not.
part of that also boils down right now to the fact that I don't feel like we need to test anything until Wednesday and we find out if they make any changes.
That's fair.
So I'm just messing like today I was playing Mace Windu decks. Like
as you
Data
should.
Vault Mace Windu,
Which of course is
Mace
Windu.
Colossus.
Just
yeah.
being gate kept by Jango, and so as long as Jango leaves, Mace is coming out. I hear you.
Exactly.
No, it makes
Yeah.
sense. That's good.
I
it's
did
funny.
start because I was talking with the locals. I did start building I told you guys, like Young Han red list. It's basically like Quinlan, but you're trying to play like K2SO on 3 resources with a couple damage so that he can die and you can pillage at 4 and you can just strip 3 cards and build toward the Crate Dragon or the Profundity at the end.
Yeah.
And so
Wait, is it actually double red?
no. Young Han yellow.
Oh,
Young
or did you
Han,
say red?
yellow.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you could do K2 at 3. You could do the new Ahsoka at 3. Strip a card.
Sounds gross. I hate it.
I'm just like, okay. My thought was, okay, if Jango doesn't get suspended to Oblivion, what sounds fun? Like, well, just make sure they don't have cards and then they can't win. If they have no cards, they can't win the game. So I just put.
So you want
I
to
literally
mill.
went through Studio like, what's every card that can just take a card out of their hand, and let's see if we can throw them on the same deck and do something with it. So we're gonna try. We're gonna cook.
I've played a lot of decks like that. I mean, yellow, red, hero has always been my deck. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
discard synergy, baby. I also love playing Crate Dragon. So
Yeah.
Crate Dragon might
Nothing
be
feels
one of
better
my
than just
favorite cards.
slamming that
Yeah.
card down.
Are you still playing Jeddah City for all of them, or do you?
Oh
finally
yeah,
get off
absolutely.
that? Love
Jeddah
it.
City and yep.
Best base in the
That's where I'm
game.
Such a waste of
Mhm.
an action.
Okay.
My favorite combo in the game right now is Relentless and Crate Dragon on the board at the same time.
Yeah.
Because then they
GG.
can't do anything. They just
Yeah.
die.
They just lose.
Just died.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, you posted
times.
that game on our channel. If you haven't seen it, check out Mike and Jay's.
Oh yeah, when I did that to Mike
did
in
it.
one of our
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Sure did.
Lock it
If you haven't
down.
watched that, don't watch it.
Lock it down.
Immediately erases it from the archives. Like, it
Lock
doesn't
down that
exist.
set 2 combo.
Exactly.
We're breaking ground here.
Yeah.
But we have more ramp now, so it's more reliable. to
Yeah,
get that.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Mhm.
And
That's true.
we have Data Vault, which is having a moment, right? Like we're
Yeah.
seeing
Yep,
Data
that
Vault
extra HP.
a lot, and most people dismissed it. Like, no way. There's like, I'm not playing a deck with 10 more cards, but It's doing okay.
But they
That's
are.
good.
It's not
They are
winning
doing it.
sectors yet, but it's having some
It's
success.
top eighting it.
It's top
Yeah, it's getting
eighting.
close.
Yeah.
Getting close.
Mike, any games this week?
No. So if anybody's been following along with yes and no. The no is that if anybody's been following along with my my locals whole thing, the shop that we were going to start hosting at when they moved, I don't think they're going to be moving for a while because they're having a bunch of problems with the city. But
California,
their Pokemon group that was playing at the time that we wanted moved their time. So just swooped in and snagged it. So I now have a weekly local game store.
Let's go.
To play
Let's
at.
go.
Let's go.
So I'm very excited for that. We'll see how many people show up this Saturday, but yeah, I'm very excited.
You just gotta.
If you are anywhere near Weekend Wizards in Lodi, California, make your way over.
I'll be there.
I don't expect
Probably-
most of you will be, or many of you will be, or any of you will be, but if you are,
I respect
hang
it.
out.
I respect it, man.
It might be like a 28-hour drive, but like we can make it happen.
That is
All right.
not how I would
pay for
pronounce it.
Perfect.
Lodi. It's Lodi, not
yeah,
Lodi.
it's Lodi. I thought it was Lodi before I moved here, but
Lodi.
it is not.
Hilarious.
It's not like
there's a
Versailles,
song-
Kentucky. that
There's a
Jim
song
knows
called
by.
"Stuck in
Yeah.
Lodi," and
Really?
that's how I
Who wrote
feel.
a song about that?
I don't know, but
I got a song for
I know that
anything.
it is a song.
Well, that's brilliant.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. The rest of the games I've played, I've just been messing around. I don't know, just playing a bunch of different Ventress decks, of course, but also messing around with Bosk and messing around with Gar Saxon and Maul, a couple other fun things. So yeah, I don't know, just having a good time.
That's good. Yeah, you saw that 4-0 mall in the Liverpool sectors, and it was like,
did.
here we go. It's our moment, right? Everybody had like held their breath, like I don't know what
It was a
happened
cool
to it.
deck.
I don't
He
know.
couldn't
Yeah.
get there, but there was a time where he did a really cool Dooku play. I was like, okay, that's sick.
Yeah, that Dooku. I feel like I haven't messed around with that much as much as I want to. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. Well, before we jump into the sector qualifier results, make sure you hop in our Discord if you're not in there. We've got lots of great conversations happening in there. You can come talk Twin Suns with me and other Twin Suns aficionados. But we got lots of other things and post all of our videos and yeah. All right, guys, we had a couple sector qualifiers.
Yeah, we
We
did.
have a
Really?
lot of stuff happened in the last week.
Liverpool and in my home where I was born in Denver, Colorado. Go Broncos. So let's dive into some of the results. In case you live under a rock, Jango's still good.
Turns out.
So
Pretty good.
Unsurprising.
but Jango did not win in Liverpool, guys. Bosk took him down. Hard control, Bosk took it down.
Yeah, after
very hard control.
Europe's previous sector was 7 out of 8 were Jango, and Jango won. This time, Jango did not win.
Yeah, if you don't have any units to to exhaust, then Jango maybe is less exciting. But yeah, that boss deck had I think 11 total units in the deck, and it started at like Emperor Palpatine or something. Or I guess the client, but
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking.
Wow.
I'm looking
it
up
was
the
like the
deck list on
client,
Spook
Palpatine,
Impediment.
Snoke, Avenger. I think that's it.
No purging.
Oh, you're right.
I don't think so.
It-
yeah, no.
No.
Wow.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah. And
it's
it was
literally
playing, it was
11.
playing 30 health instead of it wasn't playing Colossus. It was playing 30 health.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
3 Palps, 3
Crazy
Snokes,
list.
3
Like,
clients, 2 Avengers.
That's my kind of deck.
Oh, man.
I saw that and I was like, man, I really want to play this.
Dude. If this was the meta, I would not play. I'm like straight up. I'm like,
No, just play
I
feel like-
Chewy. It's easy.
you also you get so shut down by like the aggro decks that don't exist anymore because Jango
Right.
pushed them all out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
definitely
Yeah,
good.
it's
That's
really
sort of just where we're
interesting. I mean, like knowing, like he came knowing that no one's playing aggro,
mhm.
and knowing that if you don't play units, like Jango's a lot worse. Like you're getting no value out of him. So he definitely brought the deck that I think control players would do after seeing what the meta is. You know,
Yeah.
like that's how control goes. Is you see what the meta is, and then you adapt to it, and then
Mhm.
you crush, and that's what he did.
You got to know what you need to control first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I do wonder. I am
So
curious
looking-
how it does against aggro decks. Like,
Well,
does it hard
I'm-
lose against aggro?
I'm looking at what he played against, and he played against 1, 2, 3, 4 Quinlan Voss,
Wow.
Okay.
1 Luke, looks like a Boba, the new Boba,
Mhm.
Piet, Kenobi, and then 4 Jangos and an Anakin. So no
No, like
straight
trashy
aggro. Unless you call Boba aggro, which it sort of is,
It's
but it's in a
close.
different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I want to call it aggro, although I do think it would excel against a deck.
Because you're dealing so much
running no
indirect, right?
Yeah.
Like, but if you can stick like the client and just like put like the indirect under his shield,
units.
that's probably pretty nice. And then,
then,
just,
like,
it has
also-
the boss flip and heal, like that's so crazy.
It's a lot.
Like you just you heal everything back.
And I feel like no one's running upgrade hate. Like, if he puts a top target
Yeah.
on you and you just confiscate the top target, like, he loses a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny that like we thought that pilots wouldn't be played very much because it's so easy to include upgrade hate, but like nobody's actually including upgrade hate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I think is wrong.
It's definitely I don't know, like, do they need to, I guess is the question, because like you still have Waylay that's in every yellow deck, and that deals with a lot of different things.
Yeah, but
not
like
Chewbacca,
the playable
but-
ones are Chewbacca and Luke, and both of them are fine with you.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. And then on the other side, you get like Merciless Contest or Power of the Dark Side, like that kills stuff too. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. It's just
perilous
it's interesting
position.
that, like,
I think
I
is
didn't
like
see it
super
anywhere.
popular. So like getting rid of a perilous position feels like it's probably not bad if in a pinch.
I do
I don't
like the 5-cost Poe, just being able to like have it available if needed, but
Yeah.
it's not like taking a slot just to be upgrade 8. It's just flexible in that way. I really like cards like that, or Aggression is another great example. But yeah, it's been hard to like try to slot in Confiscate or Disabling Fang Fighter unless it's like over the top of upgrades.
I've seen a little bit of Fang Fighter, but that's
Mhm.
that's probably the most. I don't know. Poe might actually be more upgrade hate than anything, but yeah, I don't know. But, all right, so Liverpool had 418 players.
It's a lot.
Yeah, the rest of the top 8 was how many? It was Bosk, 1, 2, 3 Jangos.
How many bounties were in that deck, by the way?
And Anakin.
How many
Anakin-
bounties? 6 plus the
Nice.
client.
Yeah,
Top target and what?
Deathmark.
yeah.
Deathmark the draw.
Yeah.
Nice.
So 3 Jangos, Anakin, Gar Saxon, Han Solo, Quinlan Voss. So it's at least a little bit more diverse than Milan.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Boba is like terrible conversion rate.
Yeah.
Boba is a pretty popular deck, like right now, I feel like, and it's not converting.
Yeah. Well, we talked about, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, that it kind of felt like the flavor of the week deck.
Mhm.
That it's also just fun to play.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised people
Still
bring
fun.
it, and it feels like an aggro deck that can sort of hang a little bit later into a game, which makes sense for this meta. But yeah, I'm not surprised that it didn't necessarily do amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep. All right. So Django did not win in Liverpool, but guys, unfortunately in Denver it did. We had a Django mirror at the top tables. Although the Django 30, not Django Tarkintown, ended up winning. Daniel Hall was the winner there. So
Interesting.
more Djangos.
Yeah.
We had 5 Djangos in the top 8 in Denver. A Han, a Quinlan, and a Luke. Old Stevie Getz from KTOD. Got his
I love
Luke
that.
Yeah, that list
showcase.
was awesome.
Satine in the sideboard.
Yeah, that's so spicy.
I'm so curious, like, what do you actually bring that in against? Because I'm like,
I
I
love
want
that.
now. Especially because you're paying 6 for it. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wait, no.
Pretty sick.
Is it double blue? Or is it
It
no,
is
it's
double
single
blue.
Data Vault.
It is.
Oh, maybe it is.
It's not
It's
double
single
blue.
blue. It's
Yeah.
the
It's blue
champion,
white.
Yeah,
Duchess
the,
champion that's double blue.
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
1-8
so.
or whatever.
I mean, I don't know. I hear everyone saying the doom and gloom about Jango. I don't actually know if I believe
You don't
it's to
think
that
it's
extreme.
overpowered?
Okay. I look at other games that I've played. Like, objectively, there's going to be a best deck. I genuinely think roughly 20 to 25% of a meta is a healthy best deck. And I know there's a lot of players on there, but it was, I think 18% was Liverpool of people on Jango. And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense that the people who are going to be like more meta focused are the ones who are playing Jango, which makes sense that they would also make the top tables. But I don't know, if something was actually that crazy overpowered, it would be much closer to like 33% or more. And it just isn't.
But what about
Well,
the
not-
conversion rate?
Yeah, the conversion rate's kind of crazy.
Sure, but you also have to look at like the people who are playing Jango are also the ones who are playing much more competitively. And so it makes sense that they're on that deck.
Maybe, like, I don't know. I feel like if you're a player who wants to bring a good deck and you don't really know what to bring, you're just like, I guess I'll bring Jango because everybody knows it's the best deck.
Sure.
So I don't know. You also like have to consider what it's preventing from being in the metagame.
Mhm.
I think like that's the thing that I look at and say, yeah, like maybe something needs to change here because I don't know. It seems like it's completely pushed out aggro from being in the game at all at this point.
Mhm.
So I don't know if
I mean, we didn't say
it's
any
the
Sabines.
healthiest place. Yeah,
Yeah.
not in any of those top 8s.
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah,
Not any aggro decks. Not even just not Sabine.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Yeah.
zero aggro decks in either top 8.
yeah.
Yeah. How many? I think Denver had a top 33, right?
For their day 2.
Or
Yeah,
34.
I don't know. It was
And it was 16 of them were Jango for day 2.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is.
yeah.
And there was only like 70 of them being played. So like a 20, or was there less than, how many Jangos were playing?
I don't know.
I don't have that in front of me.
Someone's got the thing. but
Someone's
it's
got
not
the
me.
stats for us. I should have been prepared, but yeah, I think I don't know. I think he's really annoying to play against. That's for sure.
That's the other thing. So
Sure.
it's just not fun. It's just one deck and you see the same deck over and over and over again.
It's the you not getting to play the game is what it feels like because all of your stuff's getting exhausted. But there's definitely ways to like counter it and like come over the top. I think we even saw like a Leia like Lake Country or whatever
Oh
deck,
yeah.
which is hilarious. It's like, cool, you can exhaust my stuff, but I'm just going to take initiative and swing twice before you can do
Yeah,
anything.
just go
anyway.
fast.
But I'm actually pretty sure somebody mentioned that Leia lost to like almost every Jango.
Oh, really?
It
That's so
didn't.
sad.
It dodged a lot of Jangos, but the
Okay.
couple that it did play against, it lost to. I think.
Dang,
That's
because
fine.
I'm like, in theory,
Weird.
it makes sense for if you have them on the board, you can attack first with them. But yeah, I
that
get the
one-
feels bad
was
play.
was that Leia in Denver or
Denver.
the other?
Yeah.
At Denver, yeah. I can look
I'll
through and
check.
try to find it.
But yeah, I think that was a really cool deck and innovative for sure. But like, what does beat Jango? I guess we're in the part of the podcast where we're talking about Jango because if what beats Jango is Bosk Blue, and then that becomes what everybody's playing, so that
Yeah,
they can
people are
beat
gonna hate that even
Jango,
more.
count
Wait.
me out. Count me out of that.
As a person who likes playing that kind of deck, like that deck should not be at the top of the metagame.
Hmm.
I don't think Jango has to be unbeatable for it to be making the
That's fair.
metagame unhealthy, right? Like Boba was beatable. Boba didn't win every single PQ, but
Yeah.
it won a disproportionate amount. It top 8'd a disproportionate amount, and it also was just like obviously stronger than any other option.
Mhm.
So
I agree with what you're saying about it pushing like a whole archetype out of the like meta, like that being problematic. And again, saying, hey, you actually don't get to attack with any of your things unless you can kill Jango off the field. That's just annoying. Like the Jango into a war juggernaut and just saying, "Hey, all your stuff's exhausted," feels horrible. There's ways to play around it, yeah, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
I'm looking at it really quick. The Leia only had to play 2 Jangos
Yeah.
the entire tournament.
Yeah.
But did
And
it
the
lose both?
first round, the first round it played Jango. And you can kind of probably assume that the first round is less like competitive than later
Typically.
rounds.
Sure.
So it won that one. But
Mhm.
then 3 rounds later in the 4th round it played a Jango and it lost
Yeah.
0-2.
At 3-0.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess it's like you can kind of telegraph what the person's trying to do with Leia there. So
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah, I don't know.
what do you guys think that they're going to do on Wednesday? Because Wednesday is
I don't know.
the
It's-
metagame
it's-
update. Like, what's your prediction?
My prediction is that there's going to be a lot of people watching that live stream. I can tell you.
Yes.
I have
Yeah.
the amount. I mean, I know people are probably sick of people like us, content creators, talking about this because it's like everywhere you
it's
look.
literally
Yeah,
Everybody's
person's
talking about
the
it.
same thing. Yeah.
Like
Sure.
I do feel for like Danny and the team to be like, no matter what they do, like some people are going to be upset. Like if they do nothing,
Have
people
you
are gonna be
heard
upset
a
if they do
single
something.
person though, like saying no, they shouldn't ban Jango? Jango's fine. I've
Jim
not seen
just
that
said
anywhere.
that.
Yeah.
Jim just said
It was. I don't think it's needed. It wasn't like I really hope
Like
they
I
don't.
don't think Jim would be pissed off if they banned him.
Yeah, that's because Jim's a rational human being. But
And,
do you
and most
think
people who are playing
that's
Jango
true.
don't actually care about Jango. They're just like, I play the best deck, so I picked up the best deck. It's not like, wow, this play style is so enjoyable for
Yeah.
me. It's,
Dominating
this
your
playstyle
opponent
wins.
is the play style that they enjoy.
Okay, and yes, some people
All right.
love doing that. You're absolutely right.
now my other so here's the other thing though. Like if Jango does get banned, and I don't know I truly don't have a gut on what they're gonna do. Han Tech DJ is just gonna come roaring back. And that's I don't know what's more miserable. Like I truly don't know which one is more miserable to play against.
Here's
Just put takedown in all your decks.
here's my prediction. My prediction is that they ban both Jango and DJ.
here's
That'd
my
be proactive.
I would be all about that. I'd be great with that.
That's
I
my
don't-
prediction.
I don't think they're gonna do anything to Han. I don't think they're gonna ban DJ. I don't think
They
they're
like
gonna
Han
ban
too much?
Tech. I don't think they're gonna ban Han. I don't think they're gonna do that because they're very stats driven when it comes to this kind of stuff, and we do not have the stats in the last 2 weekends that show
That's
that
true.
Han is overpowered.
Well, there's enough PQ data from before Set 4 drop to show that like Han.
but that's
yeah,
there was
yeah,
watching
they,
to set
they
four.
had a live stream where they said they don't feel like it's overbearing on the.
Yeah. Okay.
Paramedic.
Yeah. All
Mhm.
right.
I don't think they're gonna do anything to Han.
It would be
The thing I do appreciate about Han though is it requires a like really good pilot to be able to handle it well.
Okay, the Han player who top forward at Denver beat every single Jango that he played except for at the
The
end,
last one.
wow.
That's pretty cool.
except for round 10.
Who was it?
The player
Yeah. And, like somebody we know. or
Curtis,
not?
I think was his name.
Yeah.
Oh,
30,
yeah, yeah.
43.
Very
Pretty
cool.
sick.
Yeah, played that deck like a beast. I really like the list he was playing too.
Do you think it's
like
just a
Boshik in there.
skill gap or
Yeah.
what? Because like a lot of
I
people
mean, that
think
deck is hard to play.
Do you
That's
think-
for sure.
a lot of people say Jango should always be Han Yellow, but
He beat
obviously,
some very good players. So I don't.
do you think it's a skill gap that he was able to do that, or do you think that Han is not so disfavored against Jango as people think?
It seems
question.
like maybe he figured it out. I don't know.
Mhm.
Like he beat 1, 2, 3 out of 4 Jangos he beat, and he
Yeah.
won 2-0. And well, he won 2-1 in the first round against John Tata, but everybody else he 2-0'd.
Mm.
Gosh,
So-
Tata for round one is so brutal.
Yeah, That's criminal.
Mm.
Actually
So
criminal.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's as bad as people think.
So are you saying that Jango shouldn't be banned? Is that what
No.
you're saying?
I'm not. I'm saying both should.
I also wouldn't be surprised
I'm not
if
saying
neither gets
should
banned.
either. I'm just predicting. I could very well be wrong. I don't know if I care that much if he's banned or not. If Jango's banned, like I'm kind of annoyed of just like seeing it over and over again. But like maybe it takes care of itself. I wouldn't be surprised if they just waited. If they were like, "Hey, we're gonna come back in a couple weeks and like see." What
When is
things
Richmond
look like."
sectors? Anybody remember that date?
next
No
weekend?
clue.
Because that,
Or the weekend after? I don't know.
yeah, because that would be the next big one, and then they'd have a little bit of time before regionals, right?
Yeah. It depends on if they're basing their decision off of like 2 weekends of sectors or if they wait for like more PQs to happen.
Which, yeah, I mean, obviously PQs start. PQs start May 2nd.
They start May, right?
Yeah.
May 1st, May 2nd.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that
First
yeah,
one
that
is
could be
April 26th. So we got like
Oh, okay. We got like 3 weeks.
yeah,
I guess
2 weeks.
2 weeks from the Saturday. But yeah.
It's kind of like that's another thing is you bringing that up is like, do we think the turnaround time, like, do these two, does not past 2 weekends really even matter at all? It was like, what's the turnaround time on being able to ban somebody for this game? And like,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've got to have, so they
obviously
specifically hit suspended list stuff on these metagame update live streams, right? So they scheduled it, this week for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's interesting. And they don't usually do they usually do meta streams outside of like at the start of a new set when they talk about whether they're going to ban anything?
I think so.
Have we seen one?
I think they've done every
outside of
set.
that?
They've done one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have kind of a couple per set, it seems like.
I don't know.
Do you think they're going to do anything? Is this even, are we looking into this being a meta live stream and it's not actually one that they're going to like announce anything?
No, I think this is what
They're
it
just going
is.
to talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they could, but I don't know. I made my prediction.
Yeah.
You guys copped out.
No, I said I don't think they're going to touch on. I don't think they're going to ban anything.
I don't think they ban anything. That's my prediction.
You don't think they're going to ban Jango either, Jay?
I kind of am along that too. I think they might not ban anything.
I think I'm also if I'm in prediction territory, I'm also saying they're not going to, but my wish list is what Mike said is ban Jango and DJ.
Jango and DJ. I mean, those are probably the two least fun things to play against that are like highly represented in the metagame.
I did play a yellow-blue Lando deck that had Tech DJ combo in it to try to just get him to 7. Even if they kill the DJ, I've already deployed and I don't care. And somebody was like, "Oh, you're one of those guys." I was like, no. Very different, but I see where you got that.
Amazing.
That's funny.
Do you think Jango would not be so? Do you think he would be fine if cards like War Juggernaut and IG 2000 didn't exist?
Still really good, but much more like play aroundable. Like those two cards in particular is what makes like when Jango's out, it just feels like, what are you supposed to do?
The exhaust your whole board thing is definitely the most egregious example of what he can do, I think.
Yeah.
Like exhausting one thing at a time is still annoying, but basically nullifying your entire turn is pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
It still baffles me how they printed a card that says
just no restriction
time,
whatsoever.
No restriction. Like,
yeah.
But then they have cards that are super capped on their leader side. Like, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they love the Fets. They can't help it. They can't help it. You were asking like what beats Jango, and like honestly, like that's why I've been playing Lando, because the shields are just good. Like you can't deal damage to it if it's just a shield, or like it just pings the shield, and so there's just lots of ways to put them on there. That's probably why Luke did pretty well into a meta that was expecting a lot of ping. Just having those shields available to stop that from happening is just good. Cad Bane's pretty solid against it too. It can definitely hold its own for a little bit.
Zero Cad Bane showed up to either of these tournaments.
Yeah, there was like a 3v3 tournament. There was a lot of Cad Bane that was there.
Yeah, that was the Seattle last weekend. Mm-hmm. And then like no one brought it. That kind of really surprised me.
Agreed.
All right, that's probably enough Jango talk.
enough of that. Hey,
but we're not done with sectional.
I gotta give a shout out to a couple moments on the stream where Endless Legions was played by two different Yoda players.
Yeah.
Because I watched both of them live on the stream while I was in the car driving to or from a Cubs game. We got free tickets, and I couldn't believe it. I was sitting like, no freaking way, because one of the guy, I think it was in Liverpool. I think he the Jango player had like got him to like 28 health on Data Vault, and he blind played My Only Hope because he could play whatever he top decks for free. And he pulled Endless Legions off the deck, looked at it, and went, like, his reaction was like, and he just turned and like showed him the card. It was like one of those card game moments that made me like love. This is why I love card games, right?
I was like, that crazy kid actually did it.
Didn't he lose after that?
He did. He lost. But everyone was so happy that it happened.
Imagine actually pulling that off and getting Endless Legions off of it and losing.
Yeah. Because he had no Sentinels and ground.
I feel so bad for that player because that's the moment that you live for, like you guys are saying. But didn't quite pan out.
Still wasn't enough.
Still wasn't enough to beat him.
Yeah. On the other side, he actually did pull it off, and I took a screenshot of like the thing.
Yeah, that board
had,
was
like,
insane.
16 units out or whatever. And what was so confusing is like the Jango player kept playing, like he had nothing on, and I was like, what's he trying to figure out? There's like multiple Sentinels on both sides.
At that point, you just call
Jango players don't know how to lose. Really, is what it's coming down to.
I was so confused what was going on, but those are epic moments that like I think I texted you guys. I don't know. I was like, I'm just so happy that we have these streams happening. That there are 900 people watching the finals of one, and so shout out to like PPG exciting. And C Raptor and Late Night for putting those streams together.
Yeah, that C Raptor stream was awesome. That
it was a
super
high
production value.
Yeah. Give that man a job.
Very good stuff.
Come on.
Yeah, seriously.
Like just fly him around to all the big events. And
the two other cards that I saw that like looked like they totally overperformed for people were which one?
Cover the Wing.
Yeah, there's 3. Yeah, Covering the Wing. That one, every time it was played, I was like, wow, like that's a blowout. The 2/3 that like deals 3 indirect when it enters play.
Oh, Gorilla Soldier.
Gorilla
Soldier, that one. And then Commandeer. I saw a couple Commandeers that were just like, wow, that was game winning. Straight up. Like it's the perfect TDR counter.
Yeah.
It comes in ready.
Literally.
You steal it, get to use it against them, and then they don't. Like they play the unit for you.
Yeah.
So
doesn't work against like, Devastator, unfortunately, but
but War Juggernaut and Raider, and it was just like against those it was so sick.
Yeah,
so good.
Totally.
I played the week that I took Jango Tarkintown. I played against a Han Yellow like 3 or 4 times because he was trying to like figure out the matchup, and the only game that I lost was TDR War Juggernaut Commandeer following turn TDR War Juggernaut Commandeer, and it's like he hit me for like 18 between those two. It's like just back-to-back Commandeers on War Jugs is like GG.
That's
what
it.
You do.
That's crazy. All right.
We should talk about the other sectors stuff.
Yeah, let's do it. So okay, you want to hit the next bullet point, Mike? Is that
sure?
All right, go for it.
Yeah. Well, we talked a little bit about the streams, which you shouted out, but does it feel weird to you guys that they're just random players who have decided that they want to stream these games rather than any kind of official coverage?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 100%. I'm assuming they're not giving them anything for doing that.
Yeah. It's just that it's literally them doing it out of the goodness of their heart. Like
they're paying to go to this event, paying all this money to go there, and they're probably not even getting tickets for the prize wall or anything.
Probably not.
It is some of the greatest marketing for this game.
Yeah.
Like those big events. Like we're talking about 2 events that were like 400, 450 people. Milan happened the week before, it's 500 or something. Like, I mean, if those guys didn't just volunteer their time and their efforts and all their resources, like we would have nothing. We'd have no coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why is FFG not streaming these?
Yeah, that's the big question.
Yeah. That was an issue with Flesh and Blood though too. I don't know what it is about like these card game tournaments that they're like, hey, it's actually not beneficial like as a company for us to support that. I'm like, why? Like you were saying,
Fab TCG do a lot of official streams for like bigger events like Callings and
I remember one
or whatever they're called, Pro Quests, their Pro Tour tournaments.
I'm trying to think. I thought
they have like hired on content creators as casters all the time.
Okay. I didn't know if they were the ones doing that or if that was like who was officially putting that on. I know there's a couple like that went rogue where the guy who like created the game was like, hey, you actually don't benefit us.
Yeah.
As in like they did rogue streams of these events and like they were wanting more.
Maybe they were sort of siphoning views from the main channel.
Potentially,
And
but I
that's
think they
why?
were
I
covering
don't know.
tournaments that like weren't being covered officially,
Oh,
something like
interesting.
that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and they were refusing to like help them with Wi-Fi or anything like that.
Oh,
Right.
weird.
To be able to
Oh
do live
yeah,
streams.
yeah.
Because
Maybe they just
sometimes
didn't
some
like
of
'em.
these convention centers are really expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, and really bad with Wi-Fi and stuff.
Yeah. And they refuse to help at all. It was not a thing that they don't like this content creator. I know for sure it
Interesting.
wasn't. So yeah, they did have some weird stuff going on, but
Mhm.
I mean, this is the start of your game.
Yeah, the competitive
your
cycle.
first biggest events.
This is definitely like the prime
You're
marketing
not doing
opportunities.
cash prizes like Fab does. Fab has a reason to not spend money because they're giving it to the players.
Mhm.
But like FFG is not spending cash.
Yeah, I mean, you think that they cover their costs with the like ticket price,
Minimum.
as well as which we'll get to, the insanely expensive side events.
Mm-hmm.
They should absolutely have official coverage,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's kind of insane that they don't.
Like, so
me.
what's the deal with? All right, so in Liverpool PPG events, did they run the event and do the stream? And so it was, because it's their event, they did the stream.
That's definitely possible.
That's not PPG. Was it
Oh,
PPG that did
wasn't it
Liverpool? It was organized
OPJ?
play.
Oh yeah,
events.
yeah, not PPG. Yeah,
Or OPE?
OPE or like organized play
Yeah.
events or something.
Mm-hmm.
Some 3-letter acronym.
So I'm assuming they ran the event and they set up the stream, or I don't know, which
Yeah.
to me makes sense.
That would make sense.
That would make sense, and I can completely understand FFG not doing the ones that are outside of the United States, because that does make it considerably
That's a lot
more
different.
expensive. However, Asmodee is based in Europe, so they could have brought somebody from over there to do it.
Okay.
But if you're
And-
hiring OPE to run the event and to do the
But
stream, then that's fine.
I think here they're not hosting the events themselves. They're contracting out to
Star
City.
Star City, right? So is this on Star City at that point? Like, I still feel like
Maybe.
FFG should like be in charge of that and set that up. Like they should be responsible for setting
like
up an
if
official
they're
live stream.
contracting this to them, they should tell them you need to live stream it and either pay them extra to do that, or they need to live stream it themselves, like coordinate doing that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, especially it's like you only have 2 sectors in one regional, like per country. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that much you're having to go do,
And like,
plus worlds.
and pardon me, it's sort of like when they've done, like, I remember back in the Keyforge days when they were doing live streams of those, like it was a really, really high tech, high polished, high production thing.
As it should be.
As it should be. But I also think you could probably cut some corners to have a camera and do remote casting. They did it for Milan. The casters were remote. And it was still great. It was still OPE doing it, but the casters it looked like they were doing it from their bedrooms. But we had
Denver's not
coverage.
that far from Minneapolis. They also don't have to have FFG employees as casters. They can hire third parties as casters.
Yeah.
Like they should just host the stream and make sure that there's tournament coverage.
Yes.
And coordinate all of that. Which whenever we talk about this tournament stuff right now, we do have to caveat that it's like season 0. They're still learning. Like it's a reason why it's season 0 and not season 1. So it's like maybe that's coming.
Yeah.
And we don't know that. So I don't know. I think we would want to know, like if there are plans for future live streams officially, like
we would want to know that.
Yeah, I want to know that.
Yeah.
Yep. And this
I want
is
to know
all
that they're standing behind their game from that perspective.
and knowing it is season 0, this is all feedback we're trying to be constructive with. We're not trying to like duke on FFG because we like the game and we like where it's going.
Yeah.
We just want to give the best constructive feedback that we can and criticisms so that they make the game better.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Definitely. Good point there.
Yep.
So yeah. More
you guys
want
to give some more constructive criticism?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. And so we're talking about the prize wall, right? So that for those who are not following along,
both the side events and the prize wall is sort of like one thing.
Yes. So at these events, there are side events happening so that if you're not you don't want to compete in the big competitive event, or you scrub out, you have other things to do, and you can win.
Like me.
You can win tickets, and you can redeem those tickets like Chuck E. Cheese for cool prizes. Okay.
That's the best.
It's-
That's a great analogy.
I know,
'Cause
it
I
is.
love going to Chuck E. Cheese and getting tickets.
Chuck
and
E.
getting
Cheese for
prizes.
adults.
There's nothing
Yeah.
better.
So this is not new to us. We had this with Destiny. Like they had it with Keyforge. Like they have done this before.
Yeah, this has been around in Magic for 20 years.
Mhm.
Decades.
So people are trying to get lots of different things, including like new playmats that are like exclusive. They've got the little Star Wars limited pins. They've got boosters. They've got what else? The promo cards, right?
Packs.
Um,
Yeah. Promo cards, packs.
So the assumption I think a lot of people make going into these events is that, hey, I'll be able to play a bunch of side events, win a bunch of tickets, redeem them, walk away with some fun stuff, have a great time
Mhm.
doing that. Like I know people who
Yeah.
went only to play side events, did not care about the competitive event at all. And I think we were all shocked on Saturday when we started to see the pictures of the sheer cost of like
Of
per
side events.
of the side events,
Yeah.
and then the cost per ticket for the prize wall things. Now, before we get into it, I want to acknowledge I saw it and I was like really frustrated. And then it sounds like FFG was listening because on Sunday they changed a lot. It sounds like
They made some adjustments.
they made adjustments, and so they were listening before we get too crazy. Like they
Too
have
critical,
heard,
yeah. So,
but
before you hear all of this, know that they made changes. They're receptive to feedback already, but we're still going to duke on the decisions that they made.
I'm actually curious who makes this decision,
yeah,
whether it's FFG or Star City Games.
It's got to be FFG.
That's-
I would think.
I would assume that is true, and so we can proceed as though that is true. But I wanted to leave the door open for just in case it's not actually them making the decision.
all right. So just to be clear, I'm reading the Sector Qualifier Denver Saturday prices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To play a Twin Sons multiplayer event,
You bring your own deck.
Yeah, this is the most insane one.
$27.
$27.
Like that.
One game?
$27 to just sit at a table with 4 other people and nothing is handed to you.
Yeah.
And if you lose, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
You walk away with having spent $27 for literally nothing.
Yeah. So also
We
Premier
love sweaty
Constructed,
Twin Sons.
$27. Jump to Light Speed
Sealed.
$54.
84.
Yeah, that's absurd.
54.
For
That's
6 packs of cards.
more than a pre-release, which you get extra promo cool stuff for.
Like what? What?
Almost
Why?
twice the price, in fact. Like that's insane.
I
A spotlight deck battle for beginners, obviously, because you're only going to be doing a spotlight deck battle if you don't
Yeah.
have spotlight decks. $43.
$43, you get yourself a what? How much are the spotlight decks? Like $15?
20.
no, they're more
25.
now. I
$20?
think because they
Okay,
come
so
with
you're
the
paying
booster
double
and-
the
yeah.
price for a deck. And is this correct that if you get first, you get 700 tickets, you get second, you get 300 tickets, and then
If you get
nothing-
anything else, you get nothing.
Nothing.
Is that
and
true?
the drafts were single
Wow.
elimination. So if you
yeah, that's
drafted, lost,
ridiculous.
You're
you
done.
got the stinky boot.
You
The
spent
draft was also $25.
$45,000
$25
For
for a
3
draft.
packs.
Like
Wow.
for 3 packs, $25.
to
That's
go.
insane.
0-1. See you later. Got nothing.
Even constructed,
It's
just like on
literally
demand is $15.
Jeff is standing there. You lose, and he says, "Got nothing for you." Head back to camp.
Love a good Survivor reference.
Always. Yeah.
I mean, these prices are just insane across the board.
Shocking prices. Like not like, oh, you know, I see why they did this. Like this is just shocking. And
Mhm.
What is the difference between the Premier constructed and the on-demand constructed, and why is the Premier more expensive?
where are you reading on demand?
Where it says ODE events underneath.
Oh, on demand events. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be a bigger event, maybe.
On demand maybe doesn't give you prizes or something.
Well, no, the on-demand prize structure was the 700 and 300.
Oh,
So I don't know about the other one.
No idea.
Maybe you get more. Maybe the prize tickets are a little bit more generous, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what changes did they make to this the second day?
They said so. Dandy Lou in our Discord said they gave everyone who made day 2 way more tickets than initially advertised.
Okay.
He said I think it was 400 yesterday, but they gave us 1,000 today, which with the price drop meant day 2 players got the mat they wanted. Because originally the mats,
because originally the mats were 2,000 points or whatever, 2,000 tickets.
Yeah, something. I didn't see that.
Yeah. So an anecdote here is that the main event, you got 100 tickets for entry and 300 for making day 2 after 9 rounds. You got 800 for top 8, which was not enough for a mat. That was 2,000 tickets.
That's ridiculous.
So they changed it to 1,000 for people that made day 2, and then they changed the mat prices to 1,000. So at least day 2 players could get a mat.
That's crazy. So, okay, hang on. I need to do some math here because the packs, Jump to Lightspeed was more expensive for some reason.
No,
even though all the packs are the same price. Spark is more expensive for some reason, even though all the packs are the same price. But they're 100 tickets, which means that they initially valued the mats at 20 times the price of a single pack. And if a pack is $5, 5 times 20, if I'm doing some quick math, is $100. So they're valuing those mats at $100, just like off the prize wall. That's crazy.
That's like a stuffed elephant at Chuck E. Cheese costing you like 5,000, tickets.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Here's another.
They're making so
anecdote.
much money off of those mats. It's insane.
Yeah.
Someone posted on our Discord, my wife is getting into her first CCG here.
Oh yeah.
And dropped after round 4 of the main event. She was excited to play side events, so she joins an on-demand draft. It costs $25. Then she finds out single elimination, loses her first game, and she got nothing. Nothing.
You pay $25, you get 3 packs, you lose 1 game, and then you're done. You're just done.
That made me cry a little inside.
Yeah.
For her.
It's just sad.
Yeah.
It should not be that way.
No.
Brutal.
Yeah.
But they did drop the price of the mat from 2,000 to 1,000.
Did they drop the price of any of the side events?
Oh, probably not.
That's what they need to. They need. It's in my mind. I'm like, you need to decrease the price. Like that's just
or give more tickets.
Yeah, way more tickets. Like, if they're valuing 100 tickets at $5, and look, I'm just looking at the on-demand price structure. They're giving out a total of 1,000 tickets. So what is that? $50 worth of prizes, which isn't really $50 to them because it costs them almost nothing. If a draft is $25, you have 8 people that are paying each $25. So that's about $200 right there. So cost of packs, cost of tickets, whatever. Like it may seem to the event organizers that they're giving away value, but they're not.
Yeah.
Because we can all go to our local game store and pay less than this for a draft, play an entire event, probably have more fun, and feel like you walked away with more than in this scenario, unless you get first. It's like so top heavy too. The fact that first gets 700, second gets 300, and everybody else gets nothing.
And you don't want your side events to be sweaty like that. That's not the goal of those.
Exactly.
No. Like I think the Twin Suns ones, I think I saw this somewhere that like they changed Twin Suns to where everybody gets 200 tickets just straight up. Like no matter who wins. I feel like that's the way to do Twin Suns.
Yes,
like
please.
You can't do competitive Twin Suns where the first place person gets 700, second place gets 300. How do you even pick second place in Twin Suns? I guess I guess it's the tiebreakers, right?
Yeah.
So but like that's just so antithetical to what that format is.
That makes me feel lots of feelings that I don't want to feel when I'm playing.
Because like me and David show up to the same Twin Suns game, and it's like, sorry, other 2 people
want your other friend. Like you don't want to do it with your friends because you can't all win.
But if it's like top 2 get something, then it's like, hey,
true.
Sorry, other 2 people, we're gonna team up.
Yeah, and then split.
And then
sorry about you.
Split the 1,000,
we get
whatever.
First and second. Totally. That's where it's like, if you
so
can do it in a way
to
that's
do.
like somewhat sneaky, Who's gonna stop you?
Yeah, hard pass.
That'd be so easy
Hard
to
pass.
do.
Yeah.
Like the side events should be fun first.
Mhm.
Like the sweaty people are already playing in the sector qualifier.
They should
Like,
be.
This should
That's what
be
we
the
want them.
thing that you do for fun after, and the tickets are like the cherry on top that makes it even more exciting and more interesting.
Yes.
This isn't like a, grind your way to a play mat. Like you're already doing that in the sector qualifier.
Yeah.
So,
But no playmat if you actually do grind the whole way until they changed it.
yeah.
So, and I'm fine with the people who want to just go play side events all day so they can get the cool promo stuff. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, but just make it more fun and
Mhm.
attainable. Like a person would, if I was going to do this, and 700 tickets was like the top, I'd have to win first place 3 events. So I'm paying at least, let's say it's just constructed, I'm paying at least $45 for that mat.
Yeah.
At least. Especially if you're doing constructed, you're getting nothing else. You're just paying $45 for a mat that you had to work really hard to get.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the ROI is not there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I feel like you should be rewarding your players for coming to this thing. I don't think even the people that made top 8 aren't getting rewarded for this.
I already saw people like questioning whether they should go to regionals or galactics because like their goal is to go and play side events, but they're like, oh, this really kind of took a little bit of steam out of the machine. So it's
the
like
hot air balloon.
Well, sure. So hopefully they adjust. Again, like you said, season 0.
Yeah, still learning.
They already moved a little bit. Let's keep moving that needle. Like that's good. That's a good start. But
yeah, that like they're operating this as though like it's a cash cow. Like they're trying to make as much money as possible off of people playing side events, whereas like it should be more of a sort of celebration of the game.
Yeah,
and like
totally.
make it feel good for players that and want to come to the big event.
Like you want the post, like we got in Discord, I think Dandy posted a picture of like, I have too many mats, I don't need more mats, and then he posted a picture of like 3 mats from the sectors because he couldn't say no. Like those are the pictures you want on the internet after the event of people going like, oh, that's cool,
marketing.
that's fun, it's smart, it's marketing, right? So
like you don't need to juice your profit margins on these things. You're it's already a TCG. Like stop.
Yep. All right, shall we move on?
Yeah.
We're at about an hour already. What do you want to hit, if anything, on our list of fun things to hit?
Fun things to hit,
or just save it.
Why don't we? Yeah, I don't know. we got some good stuff are already in this podcast here, so I think we can. I think that was a good segment to end it on.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. We're still hyped. We're playing games. We're practicing.
Yeah, still excited.
Getting ready
still
for
excited
PQs,
to go to Minneapolis.
Getting ready for regionals. Heck yeah, getting ready for
Minneapolis. Not excited to play in side events unless the prices and the rewards change.
100%.
Which is unfortunate for me because I am not signed up to play at the Galactic Qualifiers. I'm planning on only doing side events, and if it's going to cost me $1,000 to play all the side events that I want, it's going to be a lot less fun.
Yeah, that's so real.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
All right, guys. Let's see. Signing out. Hop in the Discord. Make sure you like and subscribe to this if you're not already. Jay is indeed trash, and we'll see you next time on the Tarkintown Hall. Bye, guys.
That was unnecessary. See ya.